from Cleveland's most accurate weather team. This is 19 First Alert Plus, sponsored by the man that makes them pay, Tim Misney.
And good afternoon, I'm Dan DeRose with 19 News. This is a first alert weather day for the potential for severe weather, and that potential is ticking by the second and getting closer and closer. A live look over downtown. If you look to the left of your screen, and that's looking a little bit west, it is going to be a bumpy afternoon. Maybe that is the best way to put it. Going to bring in just a second 19 First Alert meteorologist Andy Chillian. Andy, we're dealing with yet another spring day in Northeast Ohio. We love that it got warm. It is 80 degrees, but that is fuel for the fire.
Yeah, it sure is, Dan. And so yet another day, like you said, that we're watching for the potential for severe weather. I do want to update you on what's going on. We have a severe thunderstorm watch that's been issued across every single one of our counties in Northeast Ohio. So this is not just a west or a south or a north thing. This is everywhere that needs to be aware of changing weather conditions. A reminder that a watch is saying, hey, the conditions are favorable for severe weather. We could get something. Now we just need to watch and see what happens, and you need to be weather aware of any changing conditions through the rest of the afternoon. This goes in effect until 7 p.m. and the primary threats with any storms would be the potential for damaging wind gusts and larger hail as well. So that's what we're monitoring. Let's get right to the radar right now. In fact, just as I'm talking, we have a new severe thunderstorm warning issued. So these storms have been showing signs of strengthening. And so let's get right to this warning that is currently outlined. We have a severe thunderstorm warning that does include parts of Erie, Huron, Lorain, and Seneca counties until 3 o'clock. So that does include areas like Norwalk, eastern parts of Erie County, far western parts of Lorain County, not including Lorain or Elyria just yet, but it is going to continue to move off to the north and east. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts is what this is warned for. So damaging wind gusts possible. This is moving to the north and east at 55 miles per hour. Similar to what we saw the other day, these storms are going to be racing. The faster the storms move, oftentimes the higher the winds can be within them. So again, doing this on the fly here is you've joined us just in time to talk about this. Let's put the track on it. North and east at 55 miles per hour. So just to give you a heads up, in areas like Willard at 231, Norwalk at 238, give or take a few minutes here, Florence at 252. Lorain heads up if this continues in the same direction just after 3 o'clock, and then about 10 minutes after 3, Elyria, this storm will be headed your direction. So damaging wind gusts will be possible with this, in addition to some very heavy rain, and can't rule out some smaller, maybe pea-sized hail as well with this. So this line has really been strengthening. It is moving to the north and east, and really it could include most of our region right now with these damaging wind gusts, potentially lots of lightning as well. Now that's the line. I do also want to talk about some scattered showers and storms which have now formed out ahead of the line. So these are not severe warned right now. We kind of saw this on Tuesday. There was that one line that moved south of the lakeshore, but we had a few scattered showers and storms developing out ahead of that as well. So if it looks threatening downtown, I know the Guardians are trying to get that game in. Last I checked, they're in the middle of the fourth. We'll see how long it lasts, though, because there are some storms in and around the area, and we're going to continue to track that. So either way, this is the main threat. Once this line does pass for your location, you're good. But a reminder that that severe thunderstorm watch does remain in effect until 7 p.m. So it's between now and 7 is the main risk for the potential for severe storms. Watch means the threat is favorable. Warning would mean the threat is imminent, and you need to take shelter, especially go inside and be prepared of changing weather conditions like the warning that was issued. Again, if you're just joining us, newly issued severe thunderstorm warning in effect for parts of Erie and Huron counties, Lorain County in our immediate viewing area, and then Seneca just outside of our immediate viewing area until 3 p.m. And this line is moving to the north and east at 55 miles per hour. So going to continue to move to the east, and we'll be tracking that for you. Elsewhere, though, just some scattered non-severe showers and storms over the lake and out ahead of this line. And then the threat also extends down towards Columbus. Again, this is a very large severe thunderstorm watch. So it includes Really, as you can see here, this is the yellow outline you can see here, includes a lot of Ohio and even parts of northern Kentucky as well. So if you're traveling at all down to Columbus and Cincinnati, you need to be aware of these storms that are currently moving through. Timing things out on our First Alert Future View has done a pretty good job with this. You can see 2 o'clock, we're in this, 3 o'clock, this is moving up to the north and east by about 3:30, maybe 4 o'clock, moving really right along the 77 corridor, so from Cleveland down south through Akron, Canton, between 3 and 4, and then far northeast Ohio between 4 and 5. This moves it out of here pretty quickly by 6 and especially 7. That's when the watch expires. But by 6 o'clock, we could be done with this. Few lingering non-severe showers possible behind that line, but temperatures will be dropping when the rain moves through. That makes things much more stable, and so our severe risk really goes down after that. So remain weather aware through 7 o'clock. Overnight, not much going on, maybe a few non-severe scattered light showers. And then just want to give you a heads up for tomorrow as well. We have another 19 First Alert weather day in effect. The morning, pretty quiet, will be pretty muggy, mild in the 60s. And then the afternoon, scattered showers and storms. I'd say overall the risk for severe weather is lower tomorrow, but still can't rule it out with some of those scattered cells producing damaging wind gusts, some hail, heavy rain as well. Tornado risk both days is very low, but as we saw on Tuesday, we had that one brief tornado warning issued. It didn't end up producing a tornado, but Sam Roberts was all over that. She was on the air covering that, and so we always have to remain as a heads up for that potential both of these next couple of days, and then things are quiet after that. And just to give you a heads up for the weekend, it's not looking great. I'm going to be completely honest. I know a few days ago we were saying, hey, we might get some rain Saturday morning and things clear out. Well, the forecast has changed. What's happened is there's an upper level low that's going to be forming, and when you get these big low pressure systems, similar to high pressure, we talk about ridges of high pressure. We like that. It's warm, it's dry, it's quiet. Well, same thing with these lows. When you get big weather systems, they can form, they can get stuck, they have a hard time moving, and that looks to be what happens this weekend. There's really no risk for severe weather this weekend. It's just going to be rainy. Saturday looks to be rain for potentially most of the day. Sunday as well, and it's going to be a lot cooler with temperatures in the 50s. So, Dan, I know I've thrown a lot of information to our viewers. Hopefully that breaks it down for them, though. Just remaining weather aware as that line moves through. We have a severe thunderstorm warning that's been issued. We may see more this afternoon with that watch that remains in effect.
And I'm going to pull up a live camera from Cedar Point. They've got their own cameras there on some of their high roller coasters and stuff, and I know they're trying to get open for this weekend, and they're about to get smacked. When we look at the radar, it is moving right that direction as we speak. It looks like a little bit of rain here. I don't see the trees moving too much at this point, but Andy, we're going to take a quick pause, a 15-second break, and then get to the rest of the weekend and keep an eye on this potential severe stuff moving in.
I've represented families just like yours for over 4 decades. Listen, if you need me, call me. You know I'll be there for you, and I'll make them pay. In the meantime, I'll keep an eye out for you.
And we'll get through this 7-day forecast before we take a look again at the radar and that severe thunderstorm warning. Andy, go for it.
Yeah, let's talk about the next 7 days. Tomorrow, First Alert weather day, as I mentioned, for the potential in the afternoon for scattered storms. Saturday looking rainy. I'd say if we see any breaks in the rain, Sunday's a bit better of an opportunity, but either way, a few showers still out there. We're in the 50s. Each and every day looks to see a little bit less of coverage of rain, so not a total washout into Monday and Tuesday either, but there'll still be some showers around. As a result, though, with the breaks, we try to get back in the 60s. Wednesday and Thursday looking to finally dry out. Thursday, maybe a little bit cooler as we see some more of a north wind on the backside of this low that tries to depart. And early view of next weekend would be nice, but of course, as we know, it may be hard to lock in. These low pressure systems that I've been talking about, they are very common this time of year. They're just hard to predict a couple of days out. So that's why there has been such a change in the forecast. Yeah, I'll admit, if you were joining us a few days ago, we were talking about next week looking mostly dry, even the second half of the weekend. But this low is forming and can be tricky to pin down a couple of days out. So our models are not trending favorable for in terms of being drier, but at least least the severe weather risk really drops after tomorrow, so we can enjoy that. Yeah, Dan, if we have time, which it looks like hopefully we do, I'm going to go back and just update our viewers on what's going on with the radar. Again, severe thunderstorm warning has been issued, includes parts of Erie and really much of Huron County. That's in the thick of it. Norwalk, you're included in this, and then western Lorain County. If you look closely, you can sort of see how this is kind of giving that bow shape. And when we look at that, this bow echo, when it makes the backward C, when it does more of that, that indicates a damaging wind risk. We saw that on Tuesday. If you were following the weather in Pittsburgh, they had a severe squall moving through. There was 70 to 80 mile per hour winds, and that's the same squall that moved through our southern counties, Holmes to Tuscarawas. Carroll counties got in on that. And so when you see more of that, that means that there's a damaging wind risk, and that's why this has now been warned. This is our first warning of the day. So again, this is a warning that is in effect until 3 o'clock for Erie, Huron, and Lorain counties in our immediate viewing area. 60 mile per hour wind gusts are possible. This is moving to the north and east at 55 miles per hour. So if we put the track on this and follow that around 55, then just a heads up, again, Willard 235, so the next few minutes. Norwalk around 241. New London just before 3, Elyria about 313, and then even Avon, just a heads up for you, about 317. Give or take a few minutes, this would be when the damaging wind gusts and the heavy rain would be arriving your area, so you do not want to be outside during that. So we've got a lot to cover here. We'll want to make sure you join us starting at 3 o'clock on the air. As Dan, there's going to be a lot to talk about this afternoon for sure.
Yeah, and it even looks like some of those storms like in Medina, and then I saw one near Parma, these storms popping up just kind of all over the place.
Yeah, these are the initial scattered storms that we're seeing right now. Actually, I'm really not seeing much lightning with them, but there may be a strike or two, more of a just heavy rain risk. This is out ahead of the severe line, so either way, you got to watch out for that. These may look threatening, but nothing severe with these right now. I'd say the line is going to be what we really need to watch more closely. But then after that, there's really not much going on. So once we get through this, we're pretty quiet, and then see that stuff out in Illinois. That's kind of more of what we're expecting tomorrow. So the immediate risk is this line moving through. Again, it's moving 55, maybe even up to 60 miles per hour. So pretty much highway speeds here. The faster these lines move, sometimes the stronger the wind speeds can be within them. So we almost want it to slow down, but it's racing through here. So severe thunderstorm watch, as a reminder, is in effect until 7 p.m. Hopefully you got that alert via a weather app. We always encourage you to download our weather app. It tells you about it. But every single one of our counties, literally every one, is in the watch. So this is not a here, where is this risk? It's literally everywhere. If somebody says, where should I be alert today? If you're watching us and you're anywhere in Northeast Ohio, then you need to be alert for these severe storm potential anyway. Remember, a watch means conditions are favorable. Remain weather aware through the rest of this afternoon through 7 p.m.
19 First Alert meteorologist Andy Chillian. We will see you at 3 o'clock, just a half an hour from now, as the weather picture gets a little dicey. Thanks for joining us.
All right, appreciate it, Dan.
All right, take care. Let's take another live look into downtown right now. Some nasty looking clouds. Doesn't look like any weather coming down right now. Again, as Andy pointed out, the Guardians trying to get that game in against the Twins. They had one of those noon games to close out the series. We're going to keep an eye on things. Should anything turn real nasty, real severe, we're going to be live with you wall to wall, whether that's on Channel 19 or whether that's here on our digital properties. So we have you covered. Make sure you tune in to Cleveland 19 News at 3 for all of today's breaking news and first alert weather. Until then, I'm Dan DeRose with 19 News. Have a good afternoon.
19 News is everywhere. Download our CTV apps and follow us on social